All right, let's start. Okay, from my previous video, I was showing you how to configure the MyMoney initial project and how we can use ZardUI for creating components and reusing components that is already in Zard. I am going to show you how we can do a cleanup in our solution, and then we will publish it to the GitHub. And then we will continue creating the page that we will use for this app. So let's start. I've created already a repository here, and I will basically add this to the existing project, and then we can start having a look on that. So in here, so once we add the Git origin, we will also go to define this branch as main. All right, and let's open with VS Code, and let's see. Yes, first we can define a to-do list in here. So this to-do list will be the backlog. And basically what we're gonna do here is to create a list of the features that we want to have in this app. So the first one, it's the initial structure. Define the private layout, and then we will also do a cleanup today, and we will also start working on the page. So we will list here the transactions page. The initial structure is completed, and we also define the private layout for this component. For this, let's have a look on this project. We already did the initial commit here, but then I will reset so we can have a look on the changes, right? Git have that. Stop. And we can see all the changes that we want. Okay. So for those chains, we have here, okay, the classical Angular JSON, the components JSON for the ZardUI component, and we have here a couple of libraries that were added by ZardUI. Also the paths, okay, sounds good. And this is also defining the theme that we want to use, and we will change it in feature. Okay, we have the alter. Sounds good. We created also the dashboard page, right? The dashboard component. Let's call this dashboard page. And yeah. Let's just start the app, and then we can have a look together on how it is running, and we can define what else we can remove from this project. Let's start it, and let's open in here. We can start looking at the page that we want to build. So for example, instead of home, this will be dashboard. So let's change it. And to change this, we go to the layouts. We have the sidebar. Okay, so in the sidebar, menu items is defined here. So we will change it here. And let me just have a look if this is also, if we have here a link to our new page, right? So we have here main button, and this button is the tooltip, the group, workspace. Okay, so this is different groups. As we see in the app, we have the workspace and the main. Then we will, for now, work with only one group. That will be the main. And the workspace one, we can remove it. And this group is no longer needed. After this, we need to define also a router link. We already have here the router model imported, so router link will bind with the new variable that we will define here. That will be the item.link. Yeah, that's all right. And we will define the link in here as well. So I will duplicate this line and say this will be the link. Sounds good. And now we are implementing the link in here, and this link will go to the dashboard. And for now, we will remove this other one, and we can have a look on the page. I can just see here we have modules shared, and we will have also the assets folder. But the assets folder actually it is inside the source form, right? So we have the assets, and let's go to our app in here. Let's just copy the link for now. I will copy the image address and I will put in here so we can see an image there. This will call my should be fine, right? So we have now here our image. We want to change also this. This will be from the user that will be logged. We will implement this later, but for now I will let it like it is. Okay, sounds good. We have here the home dashboard works, and we can now add the new page that is the transactions, right? So the transactions page, let's see. We have module dashboard. We will create a module here that is called transactions. Let's new folder, transactions, and let's start by adding a new component in here. And this new component will be nggc list. Okay, we could call it also transactions, but yeah, let's add as just a list name at this time. And for this component, we will also have in here service. This service will be the transactions service. Okay, and this will be used to retrieve all the transactions in the app. For now, let's have a look. We have the list, we have the transactions, we have the dashboard. If we go to the private layout again, and we go see here the icon, we will change it later. The label will be transactions, and this will be also transactions. So we have here already the second page, but we also need to define it in the app hooks. So this will be part of the same private layout, so we just need to add here the transactions. But since we are doing some things different here, let me see this component here. I will call it transactions transaction list page. So, and this will be imported in here now. Since we imported this, it will call the transaction. Okay. Now, if we check the app, we will have two endpoints here, two options in the menu, which will create the dashboard. If we click in the transactions, it should also work, but let's see what is missing now. Transactions, yeah, it's a typo. Transactions, if we go here, transactions, yeah. And okay, this is the list and transactions. That's awesome. We can continue going to Zard's page, and we will check the components. So we go to the components, and we want to see the list. Let's have a look if we have a list or a table or something like that. Table. Okay, so this one can be useful for us. So we have a table component, which will be used to list our transactions. And this is already a good example on how we can use it. So look, this is really a good example. And we use this exactly component. let's just see here. Okay, we need to add this component, right? So this is the link, this is the command for us. Okay, let's do it from VS Code. Okay, so we will add also the table here, and in the meanwhile, let's go back and let's have a look on this page here. And those are the components that we use, and this is good. Let's copy this for now, and let's add this component. And wait. Okay, sounds good. Let's go back to the list, and I will paste it here. After removing, we need also to go to the shared, but then let's make this kind of smart, right? So let's go here and let's make it import automatically from the shared components. It sounds good. What else is missing? We need also to add the badge and the icon component. So I will assume that this is pretty much the same. So okay, once it's installed, let's again and import them from shared. Sounds good. Yeah. It's amazing. Okay, I like always to go here and to format the code to use prettier, and then yeah, we have here everything for now. If this comes too big, I will split this and put in the different page, but for now, yeah, let's have a look on this and how this is going on here. Okay, we also need a Lucid Angular. So this seems not be installed. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's not installed, so we probably need to install this for our icons and so on, for the badge or something. So npm, this is the one, and we install this library. Okay, let's hear the command. Let's go back to terminal and once installed, we probably need to have a look in here. It is still with error, so we will restart the project. Okay, by restarting the project now it should work. All right, and we have now here the table with the list of the transactions that we want to work, and that's really great for us, right? Let's go again to Zard and check the icons, the icon component page, and we have the list of icons. That's what I was looking for. This is from Lucid Dev, right? So we will have the transactions, and the transactions will be like a list. I like this money icon, this one. Let's go to the private layout and let's replace the icon with this one. If we need also to put is this the default? Let's see. Yes, need to add the icon. Okay, so we have now a list with the transactions that we want to see in our app, and this is really good, right? And we have the dashboard, and the dashboard we will work on that later. Something is different, right? Okay, this one is in the center as well. Let's see here. Yes, now let's have a look on the transactions in MyMoney, which we can filter by category. We have a description, the category, the amount, and the date, right? So let's do something similar to this. So we have a description, category, amount, and the date, right? Going back in here, let's go to the list and let's define again this as a transaction video. We can move this to a different file, and this can be reused across the transactions module, right? So we have transactions module, transaction service, and we list here, and this will be, it will have an ID, of course, it will have the amount, yes, and this will be actually the category. For now, category can be a string. Later we can use a category ID or something as well. This will be from the account. Let's put everything has a string, that's fine. And let's put the date. And the date. Or created at. We can update, but this is deleted at and deleted at. So deleted at, we can use this because if we want to do like a soft delete, we can delete everything later, and we keep the data, so it will be like in the trash or something. But for this, we can also think about this would repeat in most of the entities. So if we think about it, we could also have here like a folder called modules. We would have base entity, and this will be with, let's call all this first, and this will not be a transaction DTR, but base entity. To have an ID and those three other properties here. Okay, and now we reuse this in here. So extends base entity. Sure. And sounds good. Since we called base entity, let's also do like just a transaction. Yeah, it looks fine. And now we no longer need these properties here because it's coming from base entity, right? Okay, sounds good. And now if we go to the base entity, actually this, for now, we don't need those values, but we need those two first. And then let's see again. We have the transaction. We just rename this so this can match the name of the file, the transaction service, and the list. Okay, this is used this to category, and this will be description. Oops. Oh, we forgot to put the description, right? Okay, now we have here, and we need to also replace this by category. And we also don't have the email, this will be the description. We also need the account. What else is missing? The created at, right? We created date for this transaction. So we are working with the date, I would maybe use timestamp. And for this, I would add the number instead of this, because then we would use the exact timestamp for this. What this does, it basically returns the number in milliseconds that is for that date exactly. So this is more reliable, I would say, for our transactions, and it's easier to maintain. Okay, so now we have here the category description. I would just like this, that we can have the date of our transaction. So first description, so we go first description, we move this up, then category, and then amount, and then the date. So we also need the date in here, so let's duplicate this one up. And let's duplicate this. And for last, we have the actions. This will be the date. Payment. Oops, payment dot created at. Let's use date for this. Let's import a date pipe here from Angular. Okay. And now if we go here, we can see the date. We will format it also to display it differently. And this will be for now day, month, and year. And yeah, that's alright. And also, I don't like this very much, so let's change this already. Instead of using this format currency, let's assume that the currency that we will use from the pipe, right? So we have here the currency pipe, and this should already display a beautiful like it was before, but we will change it. Since I'm living in Portugal, I will change it to display like in euro, and by this now we have the value but in euro, and sounds good. We will change this category later, and the description for now it's alright. Okay, so we created a new page, transactions. We added a list of transactions here, and we formatted with the pipes in Angular, and we also format the date, and now we can continue work on this page later. If you have any suggestions, if you would do something different, please let me know, and let's have a discussion. It's always good to have an input on this project, so if you want to give your suggestion, please just add a comment in the video.